So hello everyone, and welcome to the AEKOM Zenodo Community training session. It gives me a great pleasure, of course, to see you all here today, showing up and being that enthusiastic to join this training session. It was a pleasure coordinating this with Tiana. Welcome the young academics of the University of Belgrade and other young academics that are also involved with Tiana. And yeah, it is a pleasure to start this first training session with you. And I hope it's going to be helpful for you. And also it will definitely be a learning process for us as well. I'm happy also to welcome some members of the AEKOM team. Other than Tiana, we have Milica, our technical advisor, Jan, our conceptual advisor, Camila as well, the communication officer, and Paulo on the call as well. And before giving the platform for everyone to introduce him or herself and inform you a bit of what will you expecting today during this training session, I will just quickly introduce myself. So for the ones that I don't know, I'm Rosanna Darwish. I used to be a coordination team member. I'm an urban planner, architect, and having a PhD from the University Paris-Sorbonne. And I currently serve as the AEKOM project manager. So for today, our session is going to be all in all provided by Milica, moderating by myself. I will just hand it to Milica to introduce herself, and maybe if the AEKOM team would like to also show up and say a few words, and then I'll let you know briefly what will be the run of show of today, or how we're gonna make it through this training session and what to expect out of this at the end. Milica, I give you the floor.
Okay, thank you. I'm a librarian, actually, and a repository manager. So I will show you today how to use a repository and how to promote your work using sustainable infrastructure for scholarly communication. This is the point of our today's training. I'm very much involved in open science, open access.
Excuse me, Milica, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but I guess we're having problem hearing you. So if you can just either, yeah, I can see people nodding. If you can either just make the mic just near you. Can you try to speak now?
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Okay. Apologies, you need to repeat, please. If you can just say it again.
I'll be short. Okay, I'm a repository manager and librarian. I work in Belgrade at the Institute of Technical Sciences of the Serbian Academy of Sciences and Art. So we can meet after the workshop somewhere in Belgrade. We will learn today how to use repositories. We will use a general purpose repository, and you will learn how to promote your work using sustainable infrastructure for scholarly communication.
Thank you, Milica. Tiana, Paulo, please, Jan, Camila would like to go first, please go. Tiana, maybe?
I would go before the young academics from Belgrade, if
sure. Okay.
Others would like to.
Paulo, Jan, or Camila?
Camila, would you like to start? So if I'm Paulo, I'm a member from the AEKOM team, and it's a pleasure to follow these. I've been very much eager to follow all the different activities of this wonderful team. And yes, I'm very looking forward to learn from this session about how the Zenodo is the pre-AEKOM institutional or AESOP institutional repository stage in a sort of way, like something that we can vacuum clean, as Tiana, as we learned from Tiana some days ago at the EXCO meeting of AESOP.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. Jan?
Well, good evening. I'm Jan Schreurs. I'm based at the University of Leuven in Belgium as an AEKOM member. As Rosanna already said, I'm a conceptual advisor. And one of the concepts I'm eager to learn about is community building. It's one of the aims of AEKOM. And as AEKOM is a platform, I think beside the creation of the platform, the use of the platform is as important. So I'm quite interested to understand how this training can contribute to this community building.
Thank you so much, Jan. Camilla?
Yes, thank you very much, Rosanna. So welcome everybody first, and a special thank to colleagues and who organized this, made it possible for all of us to be here. And I think, as Paolo and Jan already said, that it is, well, the first experiment, something concrete, as Tiana was used to say many times, we can provide for AESOP community as a whole. And it is a piece of this community, or a piece of this community building. And what I expect from today is to, you know, test the sentiment of this small group with regard to this idea to make value of our work. And in a very, as Milica said, sustainable and open access way. So let's start, and thank you again for this engagement. And we will continue, of course.
Thank you, Camilla. Thank you so much. Tiana, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, thank you. Thank all of you who are here present in this experiment or something concrete. As a first institutional repository of AESOP, I am very much excited that we are here and that we reached this point in which we can have both technical experiment and both conceptual in terms of community building, which is really a kind of bridging the two aspects of AEKOM as a knowledge platform which is enhancing the publications to be managed and more accessible and visible and so on. In this respect, I would like to say that I've really wanted my young colleagues to be involved in AESOP. They usually don't have this opportunity to get involved in the AESOP realm. It's usually high, not very possible for them to come to the annual congress or to join some other AESOP event, and I really want them to be initiated in the way that it's going to be beneficial for them, because they will get the training that they will be able to use afterwards, and two, because they will do something which is beneficial for the community. And this is in Serbian something that we can call MOBA. I have introduced the concept of this, in which people who have problems in building a house would go and ask their fellow neighbors or other members of the village, of the community in the village or in a small place, to help them build that house. And the people would gather and do this together. So this is a kind of a insight into what MOBA is about in the Serbian cultural terms. And I'm very proud to give the floor now to my young colleagues to introduce themselves and to share a bit of information about what they're also doing and what their interest in planning are. So can I now give the floor to them?
Yeah.
Could we do this? Yes.
Whoever wants to go first.
Vladimir, would you like to go? Vladimir, let's. I'm sorry, I'm not a gentleman, Boyana. Really, I'm sorry to do this.
Right.
Vladimir.
Okay.
I need that. I know.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vladimir, and I'm a second-year PhD student at the Faculty of Geography within the University of Belgrade. Currently, I'm how to say, scholarship holder engaged in the Geographical Institute of the Serbian Academy of Sciences and Arts. And from this training, I expect to learn a new way of disseminating scientific data and in general, a new way to be in a scientific community. That's it.
Thank you, Vlado. Bojana, please. Poledica.
Which Bojana now?
Yes,
Sorry,
we can.
yeah. Good evening, everybody. It's a really pleasure to be part of this on this way in training session. I am assistant in Faculty of Geography, Department of Special Planning. Also, I'm a PhD student, and my research is about scenario method, planning support system, and little planning theory and planning process. From today, I expect to learn some new skills about Zenodo and like Vladimir says, dissemination, our results and research, and maybe to the way to be the part of a wider community and to learn how to do that in familiar and I don't know, really relaxed atmosphere. I feel comfortable in this surrounding, so that's it.
Thank you, Boki. And can I give the floor to the only student, Marko Jovic, for him to introduce.
My name is Marko. Sorry because I made a mistake and I opened a wrong account on the start of this meeting, but I did the right account right now in Zenodo. I'm a student of on my last year on the Department of Spatial Planning, University of Belgrade. For now, my interesting is in urbanism, environmental, and most of them is the public interest. What is the things what's occupied me, and that's it.
Thank you, Marko. Thank you. Branko Protic, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Tiana. Hello, everyone. My name is Branko Protic, and I'm also teaching assistant at the Department of Spatial Planning and Faculty of Geography, University of Belgrade, and also a PhD student, of course. And my PhD thesis is focused on urban and infrastructure development. My case study is Belgrade region. From this training, I expect to learn something new because similar as a technical editor for two of our faculty's journals, I was dealing with this metadata and that, but Zenodo is new to me. Of course, the special interest is to share our work online with other researchers from other universities and institutes, and that's something that I expect to learn how to do that, and of course, then share our work in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Branko. Andriana, would you please?
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Andriana Mirkovic. I see now I didn't change it's automatically Anchi, so hello. I'm sorry, it's dark. Looks like it's dark here, but I don't know, if I turn on light, maybe worse. So like this for now. I am teaching assistant at Department of Spatial Planning. And also I am a PhD student, but on a Faculty of Economics, University in Belgrade. So I'm economic, not spatial planner. My research interests are mostly, of course, in spatial economy, development, but also in tourism and relationship and the influence between tourism and development. I'm glad to be here. It's a pleasure for me because I never been in this kind of teaching, and so I hope to be part of this. And I'm a little bit confused now. To make a contribution and also to learn something new. So it's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you very much. And I would ask Theodora. Theodora, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Diana, and hello, everyone. First of all, it's nice to meet you. And my name is Teodora. I'm also a PhD student and teaching assistant at the Department of Spatial Planning. My PhD research is mostly focused on the urban regions, regional urbanization, and population dynamics, GIS and stuff like that. So Diana chose the right book for me for today's workshop, and I hope that we will have a successful workshop, and nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Nikolic. And last but not least, Bojana Ivanovic. She is without the camera.
Yes, I'm sorry
it's
for
an
that.
issue. Don't worry, I am already accustomed to that fact.
Hello, everyone. Please. Hello, everyone. My name is Bojana, and I'm on first year of PhD studies on Faculty of Geography in Belgrade. And it's still early to have clear focus of my research, but I'm mostly interested in evaluation and planning indicators, and especially in concept of urban metabolism. And I'm really glad I meet you all, and I hope we will learn something interesting and useful today. Thank you.
Thank you. And I give the floor back to Rosanna. We have Alex here joined. Thank you very much. Rosanna, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that we all heard what's your background, what are your expectations from this session. And I hope at the end of the session, we'll be meeting all the expectations that you had previously, and to answer all your questions, and to make sure that this is going to be a big lesson learned for you and for us, of course. I'll just let Alex also, if he would like to introduce himself. Alex? Okay, it's fine. We can get back to that maybe later. So just to give you a gist of what will happen, grosso modo, during that session. So just afterwards, I'll give the floor to Milica to present briefly about the Zenodo community. What is the Zenodo community? What are we talking about? What it is? What's its aims? And why we are actually looking into investigating this platform, this technical platform of Zenodo Community. She will also she will be sharing her screen and start to upload a first publication as a demo, just to show us how this can be done. Just immediately afterwards, I will ask two of the participants to approach as a volunteer, and what they will do is to just do the same. After Milica's demo, they will also share their screen and try to upload two of the materials that was previously distributed to you. So it would be great if along Milica training, just drop in the chat who would like to be a volunteer to do that, just afterwards, to avoid wasting time. Just let me know who would like to be a volunteer, and I'll give you the platform to share your screen and upload two of the publications. Accordingly, whenever you have question, of course, the chat is for you. Whenever you had a question, just please drop it in the chat, and whenever there's a platform for us to ask it to Milica, we will do so. Just like Milica mentioned at the beginning, it would be great to have these two volunteers uploading, but also we would like to hear your questions as well regarding this entire process. So we will be leaving room, hopefully to be done at 6. We'll be leaving room to for questions and answers to be discussed, room for discussion at a more broader sense. So without further ado, Milica, the floor is yours. I will just make sure. Can you just try to share your screen? And you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me? And you can see my screen. Right. So, probably the most of you don't know what a repository is because you don't have it on your faculty of geography. But as far as I know, you will have it by the end of this year. So this training will be useful to you as well. So a repository is an online platform. It's available through a web interface, and behind this web interface there is a structured database, and this database contains the metadata and the uploaded files, and the whole structure, the whole platform conforms to some standards. Because and due to this, this platform can communicate on a machine level with other platforms as well. So this is important to highlight, and I will answer in advance the first question that is usually asked by researchers: what is the difference between a social media networking site such as ResearchGate or Academia Edu, and a repository? There is a difference. Repositories are usually owned by institutions or by some research communities, some associations, scholarly communities, etc. While social networking websites are owned and run by private companies. And the policies of repositories and the preservation policies and other things are different in these two contexts. So, and the aims are also different. So that is why I usually highlight that it is important to use sustainable infrastructure, which means that we should give priority to repositories, institutional and or general purpose like this one, Zenodo, but we can use also social networking websites to share our work. Social networking sites are not a primary venue where we should upload art content for preservation. What we will show today is that using sustainable infrastructure, such as repositories, is not more difficult than using social networking websites. And that you can actually, that anybody can use it, and that it can also be used for free. So Zenodo is a repository that was established as part of Horizon 2020 project Open Air, and it was established by CERN, the institute, the large institute in Switzerland. And it was established with the idea of providing a venue for all researchers all over the world to share their research outputs. When the Horizon 2020 program was started, the European Commission became aware of the fact that not many researchers, but there was actually a large number of researchers who did not have institutional repositories to upload to share their content, and there is an open access mandate in the Horizon 2020 program, and that is why Zenodo repository was established. In the meantime, it became extremely popular because it's extremely simple to use, and it also offers free DOIs. So if you upload a presentation, a publication, something that doesn't already have a DOI, it provides a free DOI, and this makes your work more easily findable and more visible. So in order to use Zenodo, you need to sign up to create an account, and I've already done this, and you need to log in. So you wouldn't be able to upload your content on Zenodo if you don't log in. You can use your existing accounts, Google account, OrcID account, etc., to log in on Zenodo as well. And what is important is that you can upload anything on Zenodo, and everything you upload will be visible immediately after you publish this. But in order to include something in a community, this needs to be verified by a community manager. So we have individual records in Zenodo, like this one, and we also have communities. Communities are actually collections. They're established by individuals or by institutions. In this case, AESOP established, Rosanna and I just established a community. So community is actually a collection. In order to be included in a collection, to include your work in a collection, somebody has to check it, a community manager, which is in this case Rosanna, and only after she includes your upload in the community, it will be visible as part of community. Without this, it will be visible just anyway, not as part of community. Can you hear me? No? Yeah, okay. So because I saw question in
yeah, I just received the text that some are not able to hear you clearly. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, I have issues. I can change the headset if they're
okay. Okay, thanks.
So this is all you need to know. It is searchable. You can search for communities. You can use the search box to search for any uploads. There are many things there. You can upload just anything, not only publications, and not primarily. Zenodo was not primarily intended for publications, but more for research data. You can upload your posters, your videos, your data sets, whatever. So all types are supported. So in order to this is a reminder. In order to upload, you just go to the upload button. You will see your previous uploads. Okay. If you want to start a new upload, there is a green button. You have the guidelines that I've set with images, so you just follow the guidelines. So I'm going to new upload, and there is a simple form. It's all on one page that needs to be filled out in order to complete the upload. The first step is to choose a file. So you will need to download the files that Diana shared with you, and I've already done this. So I will choose the file. And this is something that is easily forgotten. I will show you the steps. So I'm now uploading the file. So at this stage, I've just selected the file. In order to upload it, I usually forget this. That's why I'm highlighting this. You need to click Start Upload. So don't forget to do this, because this is not, this doesn't mean that the file is uploaded. It's not. I need to press Start Upload. And now the file is uploaded. What's important to know is that once you publish, you can, for example, now in this stage, during the upload stage, you can delete the file and replace it with another file. But once you complete and publish your upload, you won't be able to change the file. If you want to change the file, actually to update the file, you will need to make another version or to contact the support team. So take care what you're uploading. Check your files before the upload process, because you won't be able to do this later. This is generally so in repositories. So after I've done this, I should choose, I can choose, this is important, communities. So if you don't want your upload to be part of any community, you just leave it as empty. If you want to include this in a community, then you just start typing the name of the community, and I will do this. And the communities will appear. So this is the community that Rosanna and myself have just created before the workshop. So choose the AESOP Zenodo Community. You can choose multiple communities. For example, if your publication is part of 2 projects related to 2 institutions, you can choose multiple communities. The next step is choosing the upload type. So this is publication, but it can be anything else. All these types are supported. And this is the subtype, is book. This is the booklet series, this is the book. So if you're uploading a publication that already has a DOI, you don't generate a new DOI, you put the correct DOI here. If your publication doesn't already have a DOI, as this is the case now, you just leave this and a DOI will be generated. Please take care, double check whether a publication has a DOI or not, because you will be in a way sanctioned. Zenodo sanctions this, it blocks users and there are some other sanctions in case you keep on generating new DOIs for publications that already have their own DOIs. So we are now on the safe side. We don't have a DOI for this publication. We will generate a new DOI. Publication date. I will now go to the table that Diana. This is always useful to do this, but we don't usually do this. Sometimes it's just enough if you leaf through the publication and check the metadata actually. So the places where you find the information, we are now in the stage of putting in the metadata, which means the basic information about the publication. So I will show you where to find this information. Usually this information is found in the impressum and on the front page. This is not a typical front page. So this book actually has a cover page that serves as a front page. Front page is usually under the cover. And you also have, sometimes you have the back on valuable information on the back cover, and also there are sometimes there are parts of the impression that are at the back of the book. So I will check that it is June 2019. Zenodo requires you to put full date, and sometimes you will have to invent the full date. For books, it's usually not available, but you just put any day within a month. So it's June, the 1st June the 1st of 2019. The title, I will copy this. I will copy this from the table because we have this is my book. So the title is this and the subtitles is this. We put all of this information in the same field.
Sorry, Milica.
Milica, no. Wait. You were in Lacan and now you are in changing.
Okay.
Lacan is.
No, I'll search for Lacan.
Okay.
Not for Boyan. So okay. So this is the right book. So metadata can be corrected. If you do something wrong, you can correct the metadata, but you cannot replace the PDF. The authors are usually, so family name, given name, separated with a comma. So I will, and you add each name individually. So in the reverse order. If you know, you can also put here the affiliation and the ORPD. I will not search for this now, but if you're uploading your publications, this is always useful to provide as much information as possible about yourself. And this is the second author. Okay. Okay, these are authors. As for description, this is usually an abstract. If a book doesn't have an abstract, you can always copy a few sentences from the introduction or from the conclusion, or you can type a short description saying this is book speaking about this and this, or this is conference proceedings from this and this conference. And this will be quite enough. 1 or 2 sentences are quite enough if you don't have a description. In this case, we had a description at the back cover, I guess. So I'll copy this text from the table, but you can find it in the book usually. So I'll copy this description. It can be quite long, but it's not so important. It can be very short, but please do provide. It is mandatory, so please do provide. Version, this is important if you upload metadata. It's not important in our case. The book is in English. I don't know what's English.
Hey, you have it.
Okay, I have it. Sometimes it doesn't work. What's important about keywords is to add individual keywords in individual fields. Not all the keywords in one field. And you don't have to add many keywords. A few keywords is usually enough. Okay, so add a new keyword. If you put all of them in a single field, this would be, they would be very useful, because the system would recognize them as a single keyword. And also you can always get, for your uploads, you can always return to the uploaded material and add additional metadata if you need. So I can add additional keywords if necessary after I publish this, after I complete the submission. Okay. Two more. It's not important whether you type them using capital letters or not, but don't use all caps. As for additional notes, usually you put here some additional information about, for example, the book series, or more commonly, you in this field you provide information about project if it's not a project that's funded by the European Commission. So we will put this information about booklet series. The next step, access, it will be open access, and we agreed that we would use a Creative Commons license attribution, but you usually, if it's publication, you usually check on the publication. Might be a different license. Okay, so we decided to use this one. This is not a result of a European Commission project, but in case it is, it's important to add this information. So we'll skip this because. As for related identifiers, you can, for example, if there are other DOIs or any other information that's important, you can provide it here. In this case, this is not relevant. And in case you're uploading a journal article, then you need to provide, don't skip this step, you need to provide information about the journal, about volume, etc. In our case, this is a book. So we will provide the publisher information. Okay. Okay. And also, if ISBN is available, this is a standard book number. It is unique to a book, so it's important to identify the book. So if you have this information, just do provide it. Do provide it. Don't skip this information. Book title, we will not put a book title here because we are uploading the book and it's available already here. So you won't repeat it. But in case you're uploading a book chapter, book title will go here. And pages, we will skip this. We can add the information about the total number of pages, down to 78. But in case you're uploading a book chapter, you will provide the page range. So that's the difference. Okay, but when uploading book, I usually skip this information. So we'll skip it now as well. It's not, it may be misunderstood. Subject, thesis, this is if you're uploading the PhD thesis or master's thesis. Subjects, we will skip this now. These are usually terms for control dictionaries. It's not necessary, and it may be complicated for people who are not librarians. So we will skip this. So then we check the metadata, whether everything is there, whether the file is uploaded. And after this, I can say save. This means that this upload is saved. If I don't want to publish it immediately, I can return later. If it's okay now, I can publish it now. I confirm that I want to publish it. And now it's publicly available, but it's still not part of, so you see how it looks, and here's a PDF. And it is not yet part of the AESOP community, because Rosanna needs to confirm that it's accepted in Zenodo community. So Rosanna has now received an email saying, okay, you have a task, a pending task. You need to check whether you want to accept this book in the Zenodo community or not. So this is the upload process. This is all you need to do. So why is this important for you? So you see the book got a DOI. You can track views and downloads. You can use this DOI if you want to share this book on Twitter, on social media networks, on ResearchGate as well. So you don't need to upload it on ResearchGate. It's enough if you share this DOI and everybody can access it here. It's publicly available, so anybody can see this. It is already indexed in OpenAir, so it will be available in this huge European aggregator, which increases its visibility. And that's about all. So young researchers can use this to promote all sorts of to disseminate all sorts of their research outputs. So if you have leaflets, posters, PowerPoint presentations, also as research assistants, you can share your training materials, open education courses you have. For example, at the Faculty of Electrical Engineering in Belgrade, there are a group of professors who share their training materials for their students using Zenodo. So, okay, shall we have a round of questions now or a volunteer?
Yeah, I guess it would be good maybe before having the volunteers to ask to open the room for questions. So please, guys, if you have any questions, now it's the time to ask before maybe jumping to uploading from the side of the volunteers.
Also, what's important, the procedures that apply to institutional repositories are similar. They might be sometimes more complicated if you need to provide more metadata due to institutional policies, but they are quite similar. It's not difficult. Something that is feasible, that is quite easy, and the content you upload is widely disseminated. So this is a sort of a capacity building session preceding the establishment of the AESOP institutional repository. So one of its purposes is to encourage young researchers to get involved in the repository once it's established. Okay, do we have questions?
I guess Tiana wanted to ask a question, and Boyana as well.
Yeah, if you can.
Okay,
Tiana, do you want first?
I'm not going to ask the question before all of you ask the questions. I just want to say something that in the terms of celebration, could we consider Rosanna saying that the publication that you just uploaded, Milica, is okay as a kind of a throwing a champagne into the boat and
Rosanna
starting the journey?
Rosanna can now share her screen
and
show.
Rosanna already accepted. Rosanna already.
Where's the champagne, Rosanna?
You already did that.
When the next publication gets uploaded, just please show to them that you have to check.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to ask questions. I will allow young academics to ask before I do mine to see if it's not repeated. Okay.
Okay.
I lower down.
Thank you, Rosanna. I just want to ask about creating new communities. Is there rules for that? Can we make our own community not in relation with some institution or institute or department, just a community for a few of us? Yeah.
anybody can create a community.
Okay.
You can create quite many communities. There is a limit. It's written in the policy, somewhere in the policy, but it's not 5 communities, more than 5. So you can create quite many communities yourself. For example, if you want to have a community for your project, or a community for your conference, or a community for your department, you can create community. It's important that you actually do the curation tasks, so that you check and confirm that the content that is uploaded may be part of the community. So anybody can choose your community when uploading, but it's up to you to check to decide whether some type of content can be part of the community or not.
Okay, great. I ask in relate to Young Academics Conference, maybe if we organize that in Belgrade. Yeah. Thank you, Milica.
Just share my screen for 1 second, just to show you how it is like the accepting. So this is where I had 2 options, either to accept or reject, and I clicked on accept, and then I got this message: the record was successfully accepted.
So for example, if something is wrong with the upload, some metadata are missing, Rosanna can wait. She cannot, well, she can say, okay, I will not decide at this moment. She can write an email to the person who uploaded content and say, okay, can you please update the metadata? Because Rosanna cannot update, she cannot change the metadata of your uploads, but she can contact you and ask you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And only after that, she can accept the
Okay, thank you, Milica. Do we have another question? Anyone would like to ask another question?
So if you, do you have your ORCID profiles, those green, do you use ORCID? Yes, you have. So if you connect ORCIDs with Zenodo and you upload your publications on Zenodo, they will be automatically added to your ORCID profiles.
Okay, maybe we move to the upload from volunteers. Do we have a first volunteer?
Volunteers, the ones that have their table already prepared?
Yeah.
Anybody. How many do you need?
One.
Let's start with the first one. So do we have a first volunteer to upload?
Come on, this is not going to last too long. Come on, let's jump.
Come on, guys.
I can jump, but Milica stole my publications. I don't know what to do now. I need to stop another one.
You take buoyance.
Yeah, I can take
buoyance. Yeah, get buoyance.
Oh yeah.
Just to download the PDF, because I don't have it.
So
the idea is.
Would you like to volunteer? Okay, so please share your screen. You're muted.
I will volunteer. Yeah. I will be the first. Yeah.
The floor is
yours. I need to
take your time.
Okay, thank you. I need to download the PDF with Boyan's publication just to see.
Tiana, you're muted.
Boko, you have it in the folder.
Yeah. Just to open the link. Okay. And Boyan was.
And also, if you, for example, if you've already uploaded some content, and it's only after that that a community is established, you can edit your uploads and add a community at a later stage.
Okay. So I start sharing the screen. Do you see my screen with Zenodo account?
Yeah.
Okay. Upload. New. Okay. Oh, it's fastened. Really. Okay, file name, community name. Creation. It's a book. Monday. Okay.
Also, it's important that Unicode is fully supported. So if you have a publication in Greek, in Arabic, in Chinese, in Cyrillic script, you can just add a metadata in any language, in any alphabet. And also, if you have a book in a local language, you can always provide the description. It's always useful to provide this description in English as well, at least a short one.
Okay.
Milica, in this case, the description corresponds to the abstract, right?
In most cases, yes. If there is no abstract, you can just write one yourself, and it's actually it's mandatory here. Yes.
Thank you.
But if an abstract is too long, that you can just shorten it, whatever. This actually increases the discoverability, because these terms they get indexed by the system and added to the main index, and when you search, it's easier to find the content. That's why it's useful. And so you can add keywords in multiple languages, mixed, just everything is supported. So additional notes. This is the field we usually use this, for example, when we upload the outputs of local projects that are not funded by European Commission. We usually use this field, additional notes, to add the project information, the funding information. And this is according to recommendations. And also, if you want your content, you can choose a different type of access. If you don't want to make it open access, there is, for example, embargoed access means that the content will be available after a period of time. So, for example, you may lock your data for a period of 1 year and then unlock it. Restricted access means that only you practically will be, that it's not publicly available. So there are cases when you have to upload this type of content.
Book. Sure.
Ileana, you wanted to ask a question?
Yes, which I feel Milica already answered by saying that it's not repository manager who is editing the information about publication. but the one who uploaded.
This is so in Zenodo. In institutional repositories, a repository manager can edit all the metadata.
Okay.
It's a difference.
Okay.
But because Zenodo, it would be very difficult to manage this and to organize this. So this is a bit limited in Zenodo.
Okay. And
okay.
I would ask if those of us who already, sorry, I'm sorry. Can I ask?
Of course.
Sorry.
Okay. If we can upload the publication afterwards, can we upload the publication after the session, or we can do this while somebody else is sharing the screen?
That's the point. We can do it anytime.
Okay.
That's the point. Rosanna will accept them or reject them.
Okay.
Yeah. I can stop sharing now because I did it.
Hey, let's take the photo.
I deserve champagne.
So Rosanna will confirm now. Rosanna, can you share your screen?
Wait, I have to take a... The first, yes, thanks. Oh, this social media.
And don't forget to tag Zenodo if you upload this on Twitter.
So Rosanna, are you saying yes to the publication? Okay.
Oh, no, I'm making the publications wait.
no, let's see.
No,
let's see how it looks.
I'm accepted.
Okay.
Do you see, Bojana, a certain confirmation now after it was accepted?
So I will check my email. I'm not sure. No, I didn't get a confirmation once you accepted this, and I believe that Zenodo doesn't send. But you get you can check. I believe you got an email.
Yes, I got an email, but I wanted to see if the other person uploading gets an email. Apparently,
but we can check our uploads and see that there is the community is available there.
Yeah, I can share my screen to show you what I see now in my uploads.
Okay.
And Diana, that's the answer to your question. If you upload publications after
is clear. It's
after the session, Rosanna will be alerted.
It's published then.
Yeah, and click here. Yeah, click so that we can see to the right that under communities.
AESOP Zenodo Community.
And there are 2 publications in the community.
Okay. That's great. So we started this year to something concrete. Thank you so much, Bojana. So we have another Bojana, which will be volunteering as well for the other publication. Please go ahead.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Buena, don't forget the community.
Yeah. But perhaps she can skip this now so that we can show how she can edit later.
Okay.
Perhaps it's a good idea. So skip it.
Okay.
Wait.
Same problem. No, I had the same problem. I don't know why.
Wait. Here it is.
So what's another difference between institutional repositories and Zenodo? Institutional repositories should normally provide long-term preservation for an unlimited period of time. As for Zenodo, they didn't commit to this. They say that they will be there for at least 25 years, but it's long enough. In the meantime, you can establish your institutional infrastructures. So we didn't add the community. So now we want to change some metadata and then add the community. So we will use the edit option. So you see, you can make edits, and you can add the community now. And also you can add some keywords and additional descriptions and whatever. You cannot. The only thing you cannot do is changing the PDF and deleting the PDF if you want to. And this is said. Okay, just can you go up so that we can share the comment regarding the PDF? Up. So if you have an updated version of your files, you can create a new record version with a completely new DOI. So for example, you change something in PDF, you can upload a new version, but you cannot delete this, you cannot replace this PDF. That's important. But you can change any other metadata, update whenever you want.
One question. After I saved, should I again say publish? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always, this is not self-explaining, but you should always click publish.
And now, Milica, in the case of uploading another updated version, will the first one be still online?
There will be, and what's more, the DOIs will be linked. There will be an umbrella DOI. For example, it's very good. It's not usually it's not used for publications, but for example, if you're uploading data sets, or training materials. For example, 1 year you use one version of training material, and the next year you update the training material. You can link all of them by uploading new versions, and all of them will be will have a separate DOI and an umbrella DOI that connects all of them. And this umbrella DOI will always link to the latest version, and it's very suitable. This is an advantage of Zenodo over institutional repositories, and this is a very advanced way of resolving versioning. This is not so straightforward in institutional repositories. Institutional repositories have other advantages, but this is not so straightforward as this. In my opinion, this is the best solution to versioning.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you both Boyanas for volunteering to do that. I'll just open the floor for some quick questions. We are already ahead of time. We are already late on time. It's already 6:10. But for the sake of finishing this discussion, if anyone has a certain question, please go ahead and ask it before we wrap it up.
And do we have some comments from team members?
Yeah, of course. Anything to share.
So, if I may, I have two comments. or two things that I mean were here in my mind while I was listening to Milica's explanation, and also, so the manager's role is really important here, right? Because I've seen, I mean, in my institutional repository from my own university, very bad metadata, like if you, for instance, you forget to put a space between two names or a comma on the right place. So there must be like, this is self uploaded, but at the same time needs surveillance and quality control, right? So that's an important. The other thing is the missing metadata a problem if you have less metadata, for instance, for one item than for the other items. For I imagine that, I mean, older publications from AESOP Congresses, abstract books from 20 years ago, maybe we don't find the standards that we are used to find right now. Would that be a problem?
This is a problem in Zenodo because you have to contact the person who uploaded the content to change the metadata. In institutional repositories, you have persons who are employed, who control this, and who can always do the corrections. For example, I work a lot with repositories, and we have all sorts of uploads. It's true, if you've had a repository over the past 15 years or 10 years, the standards change. Sometimes you are in a hurry to upload as much as possible, and it's only later that you realize that it would be great to have more detailed metadata. In institutional repositories, these things are better managed, and there are more opportunities to check them because administrators can do this. For example, once you have an AESOP repository, you can have multiple repository managers, and they can do the corrections. But the idea is to train people to produce high quality metadata. That's what we've tried now. So we are extracting all the metadata that are important in the table, and we don't need to make many corrections in this. So both things are important.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulo. Diana?
Sorry, I just needed to ask. I saw that, for example, Boena's publication seems like it's now going to appear as an individual publication under the general umbrella of Zenodo, and it's going to be also visible in AESOP Community. Is this what happened with the first one, which was assigned to AESOP Community in the first place?
All the publications are visible. These are not duplicates. This is a single this is how things normally function in repositories. So you can a single publication, a single record can be part of multiple communities, and it's one record. It's not a duplicate. So it's normal. So when Boena uploaded the second Boena, when she uploaded the book, at first the book was part of Zenodo. Yeah. Anybody can publish in Zenodo. Zenodo itself is not curated, which will not be the case with your institutional repository. Your institutional repository will be curated, and nothing will be publicly visible before it's checked. That's a major difference. So in Zenodo, this is not possible to achieve because they would have to employ people to do this and pay them. So Boena's publication was visible in Zenodo. The former Boena's publication was also visible only in Zenodo before Rosanna confirmed it. For example, if Rosanna didn't accept this publication today, but in 1 month, for a whole month, Boena's publication will be visible as part of Zenodo and not as part of community. But this is one record, not a duplicate.
Okay. So now tonight we can do the other publications that we can have a booklet. I would even be very curious if we incite enough initiation from other parts of Young Academics Network, if editorial board of Planex will be interested to join this experiment and to upload some of their articles. That would be very, very interesting, and it's going to be much easier than when we established the institutional repository to have all this publication vacuumed directly from Zenodo to the repository.
That will remain in Zenodo. That will remain in Zenodo as well.
That will remain in Zenodo as well. So now we have a community. Good. Thank you.
You can also try to upload this is usually interesting for young researchers, to upload their own content, something that is not normally visible, some posters, some other materials, so just to test what I've learned.
Nice.
Okay, thank you so much, Milica. Thank you so much, everyone. If there is no other comment or any question that needs to be asked from you, and I'd like to thank you all again for your time, for the volunteers. Thank you so much, Boyana 1, Boyana 2, for volunteering to do this task. And now we have an AESOP Zenodo community. Congratulations, everyone! And we're welcoming AESOP in the digital world. So I wanted to share with you now in the chat the official Gmail of the AESOP Zenodo community that was directly linked to the online Zenodo community. It's AESOP Zenodo Community at gmail.com. So whenever you want to upload any data, or if you have any comments or anything would like to reach us, please use this email to reach us, and we'll be happy to assist you super fast. Thank you so much, everyone. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you in future activities. I'll use only this opportunity to say that the AEKOM team is doing so many activities regarding AEKOM that goes also beyond the Zenodo community, discussing all the other services that you can have, all these wonderful services free of charge that you can benefit. So stay tuned on our website, Facebook, the Young Academics Facebook as well, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms to keep you posted with all the new activities that we're doing. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks.